Hello world, this is Jeffrey, JGB146 Blake, coming to you with the weekly roundup of tournaments in the South Central United States. That's Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, that's where I'm at, and of course Texas. So we're going to start off as we always do with shoutouts. I should have 4 to give you, but I could not find any of the winners, and to remedy this problem that is becoming a recurring thing, I'm actually going to go ahead and get in touch with all of the tournament organizers, like waving to the monitor that you can't see, asking them, like giving them a heads up that I'm going to try to find out as quickly as possible who won their events. So hopefully they'll either just tell me and I won't have to contact them again, or they'll respond promptly when I do contact them. Maybe doing these on a Monday is not the best idea, but that's what we're doing for right now because I want you to get the information about tournaments that are coming up as fast as possible with as much notice as possible. So today we're going to be talking about tournaments through the 14th of July. That's just because, you know, we have a dead week here, and then that's sort of what was coming up. I'm not even doing any of the timestamp stuff in the doobly-doo this time around because, well, there's just not enough tournaments to go through. But, as I said, starting out with a shout-out. The one winner we can recognize from last week's info is Stephane Ivanoff. Back-to-back winner at the North American International Championships. Great job, Stephane. He played a Zoro Dewgong list that was innovative in that it teched in Giratina with distortion door ability, and more importantly, or at least equally importantly, Naginadal GX for the Stinger GX attack. So he would just use Dewgong to prep some stuff, and then Stinger GX to reset prizes, and then just try to go for that 3 prize turn. And clearly it worked out. His list also went and won the seniors division as well. So powerhouse list, and oh, by the way, it's only going to be legal in cups between now and the end of July. After that, no more. Alright, so digging into the upcoming tournaments now. We'll start off with Kansas. No, that's not right. We don't start with Kansas. We're in Oklahoma. We start with Oklahoma. Nothing happening in Oklahoma. We don't have anything currently scheduled until pre-releases starting July 20th. That said, there will be challenges coming up soon. They just haven't been scheduled. There will be challenges in July. They just haven't been scheduled. So tune in next week. We hopefully will have more information about those. In Arkansas, nothing scheduled yet until pre-releases, but I've been told by various TOs that there should be some cups coming up as well as challenges. So again, tune in next week. We'll have more information. And now we'll move on to Kansas. Shout out to Kansas for having the second most tournaments for me to talk about this week, of course behind Texas. But yeah, usually Missouri gets that title, but they've only got 1. All right, so both of the tournaments in Texas, both of the tournaments in Kansas though, are being organized by someone named Anthony. One by Anthony Salmans. I mispronounced that horribly. And one by Anthony Miller. I don't know Anthony Salmans. I've never been to Lawrence, Kansas. But if it's close to you, that's the one you should go to. Starts registration at 10 a.m. It's a standard cup. Go there, get some points. It'll count toward the 2020 season now. So get your points. Get a jump start. If you're not so close to Lawrence, Oh, I wanted to know, they have a 5, 10, 20 split, and this is the first time I've seen this, but that's because I haven't been doing these all that long. From the looks of it, it's a somewhat regular thing in some areas, and what it breaks down as is you get a pack guaranteed to you for each $5 that you pay, but if you're a master, you must pay $20 to play. Not too horrible, and from the way they wrote it up, it sounds like they still do have some level of prize pool on top of that, so I guess it's alright. Then, the other tournament in Kansas, in Wichita on July 14th. Again, both of these are Sunday. 11 a.m. registration at the Next Level Cafe with Anthony Miller. I know Anthony, he's a good guy. He actually got back to me based on the comments I was talking about on previous videos, and he noted that yes, they have fixed their chair situation. So nobody's going to be playing at the awkward tables anymore. So that's good to know. Good job, Anthony. Listening to the player concerns. Next, we will move on straight away into Missouri. Like I said, we have one tournament to talk about. It is a League Cup on July 13th, so this is on Saturday. So if, like, you can swing through Missouri and then come back to Kansas maybe, or you know, depending on where you live, that might be a route that works if you just want to travel, make a travel weekend. You could go to Independence, Missouri and play in the League Cup on July 13th. Start registration at 10 a.m. It's not too early, and it's at the Game Cafe, so kind of similar location names to what we're seeing in other states. Again, this is another standard event. In fact, everything we talk about this week is standard. Everything we talk about this week is a League Cup, so lots of consistency there. This is the only thing happening in Missouri before pre-releases until they start announcing more challenges and whatnot. Alrighty, so finally we're gonna jump a smidge backwards and start talking about things that are coming up a little sooner than the 13th. The first weekend in July, we will see some League Cups down in Texas. So, in Waco, Texas, at the PokeMotion League Cup, there will be a standard tournament registration starting all the way at 3 p.m. So that gives you some time to get there. Standard League Cup. And there is another one in Texas on, this is Saturday? On Sunday, there's another one. The Grimdark Games, well, I'm just going to click over to it. Boom. Grimdark Games on Sunday in San Antonio, Texas. I should know whether or not these are close, but I don't. This one starts at 11 a.m. for registration, and it's the one, if you recall, they were going to have their cup this last Sunday, kind of matching up with the last day to do it, which also happened to be the North American International Championships. They canceled, and now they've rescheduled to do it the first weekend in July. Instead of being the last legal one, they're one of the first legal events for the season. So, if you want to get your game on, as early as possible, hit these 2 cups in Texas. Then, following weekend, on July 13th, we have a League Cup in Irving, Texas, at Apex TCG, hosted by none other than DeMarcus Reddick. Shout out to DeMarcus for being awesome. I've never been to any of his events. I've been at events where he judged, but not events that he was the organizer. He does a great job as a judge. He's a great guy, so I assume that he is going to put on a great show for you. Great. And you'll have a great time. Great. How many times can I say great? Too many. That's the answer. Also on July, did I say what time that was? 10 a.m. if I didn't say. At noon in Houston, if Houston is closer to you than Irving, let's just change the tab over and over. So if Houston is closer to you than Irving, then you may want to go to the West Houston League Cup. It starts at noon, like I said, at Heroes Collectibles. And yeah, I just go to whichever is closest. If it's a mix, if it's kind of a tie, go visit DeMarcus, because DeMarcus is the man, yo. Right. On Sunday, July 14th, down there in Texas, at Broadside Gaming in Katy, Texas, there's another cup. So once you've hit whichever cup fits your location for Saturday, you can come here for Sunday. Or you can hit the other one in Fort Worth, which we're about to talk about. This one starts at noon. Fort Worth one starts at noon. This one's at Evolution. The Fort Worth Cup is at Evolution Games. This one's at Broadside Gaming. I already said that. Katy, Texas versus Fort Worth. Yeah, I'm belaboring the point. 2 cups in Texas on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Take your pick. You don't have as much choice the first weekend in July. That was quick and dirty. Like I said, not doing timestamps because it was going to be quick and dirty. But with that, this is Jeffrey, JGB 146 Blake, wrapping up another weekly roundup.